South Korean citizens, whether they support or oppose the impeachment motion against Park Geun-hye, have come out to the streets ready for massive rallies and to speak out their minds. Most showed support for the final ruling made today. Some emphasize Korea's democracy is making a giant leap forward. Our Oh Jung-hee took to the streets to listen up.
The tension was palpable not only at the Constitutional Court, but in front of nearly every TV and radio in the nation as the court's final ruling was aired live to the entire world. Crowds of people have gathered here at Seoul Station. All eyes are on the television sets showing the live broadcast of the Constitutional Court's final verdict. The ruling came earlier than many had expected. Only about 20 minutes after the justices entered the courtroom, impeachment motion upheld. The court's decision was hailed by the crowds in the street.
I've always knew the justices would uphold the impeachment motion unanimously. This is no surprise. Things may be a bit chaotic now, but people who've opposed the impeachment will have to accept the ruling and move on. Justice is alive.
At first, I was nervous because it sounded like they were going to overturn the motion. But it turned out that all 8 justices ruled in favor of impeachment. I hope our society becomes more conscious and that people keep paying attention to politics.
Watching all that was happening, I really questioned whether South Korea is truly a democratic country where a variety of opinions can coexist and where the people are respected. What happened today offers a real chance for our country to become more democratic.
People around the city expressed relief that the Constitutional Court decided to officially impeach the president. Some showed hope for the future, but others were determined that the fight against corruption can't end here and that it needs to be completely rooted out.
We're only halfway done. We have to move forward and keep striving to clean out all the remaining corruption. There will have to be follow-up measures to investigate not only the ex-president, but everyone involved and the money they've secretly accumulated.
I am feeling some sort of emancipation now that all this is over. It's been a long journey with a lot of things to think about. It even affected my sleep. It's been a hard time, and I know that there are many Korean people who've been feeling like me.
I'm really happy, and all my friends are talking about it. I believe that the feeling of the people has been delivered to the National Assembly, and that there will be a brighter future for Korea.
Hearing that South Korea's president has been impeached, people in Seoul from other countries highlighted that it was the people who played the key role in bringing about this change.
About the protests, it was good that the people did that, and the way they did it, like, they weren't aggressive or anything. It was just a lot of people saying what they wanted to say. It was really beautiful, actually, to see that mass of people going for the same goal. And
I think that it's an extraordinary situation because I haven't heard about it in Western countries as it was here in South Korea. I understand why it has happened. However, I think that it's not a common situation. The role of the people is very, very important.
It was the people. People came up and they showed up to the all of the rallies and protests, and I feel like the people were heard through this impeachment. It was the Korean people, not just the government or politicians, but regular people. I think it's important that they kind of came to a conclusion and they said, yes, she was guilty.
Despite months of twists and turns and a final moment of excitement, most seemed calm enough to discuss what should be done next. First and foremost was bringing together a divided nation and that the next president should be skilled and talented enough to serve in that role.
This is a reasonable and fair outcome. Though we saw a lot of people participating in protests supporting the president, the polls showed that most Koreans wanted impeachment. Now the most important capability required for the next presidential candidate would be the ability to unite the divided country.
This has not been an ideological issue, but our nation has been terribly divided. Now we have to put our hearts together and accept the court's decision. Crisis becomes an opportunity. I believe this moment can contribute greatly to the development of Korea's democracy.
Oh Jung-hee, Arirang News.